Hi folks, Tom McGrath here. I want to do a quick examination of what is an advanced technique. The term itself infers the ability to use some advanced attribute, either superior timing, such as a boxer slipping a punch and counterattacking on the first beat rather than simply blocking the punch. And you'll see that in Pekiti-Tirsia Contratus and Recontras. The other factor is advanced power delivery. And what I mean by that is an advanced person should be able to deliver the same or more force as a beginner in a smaller space of time or smaller distance. You'll see that in boxing, where some boxers will go and they say they have a 4-inch punch, where they're very close to say in a clinch, and they'll deliver a hook or a cross from a very short distance. But what people don't seem to realize is the hips and sometimes even the feet will step in that, and that's what really loads up that punch for the power for, let's say, an advanced type of punching. We do this most obviously in Pekiti-Tirsia in Seguidas, and I'll show it to you in a moment. So to demonstrate advanced power generation, we'll demonstrate this technique from Seguidas. Normally Seguidas most of the strikes from the first set come from the backhand side, and this is really, each number is kind of its own beginning of a fight, let's say. And essentially with the sword technique, you're drawing a sword out of a sheath, scabbard, and then attacking. Or you could be, let's say, moving around your house or around a building or through a jungle with your short sword in the ready on this position, because you're guarding against the most common attack, which is a forehand strike for an opponent, a right-handed opponent. So if you're patrolling through an area where you don't know where the opponent may be, you may take this position. So anyway, the number one on the first set of Seguidas is a backhand. You're jabbing towards the face in order to draw his block. And then right from here, you're coming down to his head. If he leans back and you miss that, maybe you get his left arm. If he leans back farther, you might get a knee. If you have a long sword or a stick, especially, and he leans way back, you might go after the lead leg or the foot. So, from a far chamber here, a beginner can get a decent amount of force. But if you're just coming from your direct, you need to get sufficient force to stun the opponent enough to buy you the next technique. And there's enough in here, just from here to here, to stun someone and even crack a coconut of his head, depending on what kind of tool you use. The way you get that is in little micro movements. It's probably hard to see, but on this hit, I'm actually contracting my stomach muscles and dropping my body weight slightly. And that means instead of just my arm striking, I'm using my whole body weight, with gravity dropping me down and my stomach muscles actually crunching my body down. And that gives more power into the strike. So when you do Seguidas, it's not simply, it's advanced technique because it looks cool. You're doing this complicated motion. The idea here is you're able to give as much power in that short little transfer of direction as, an advanced beginner, say, would be to do with a full chamber.